What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Espresso, and welcome back to another video here today on the channel regarding Zombies Chronicles. And we're combining this now with something that we used to do a lot here up on the channel, and you guys seem to really enjoy. And I figured it's a perfect time to do so with the reveal of brand new content, brand new maps, or rather reintroductions of classic maps to Black Ops 3, and perhaps maybe even a new generation of Zombies players that never play these maps. So today the first map was available to the public via a few YouTubers that went out to LA to capture footage of Zombies Chronicles. I was not a part of this group. I know I got a bunch of tweets asking me if I was out there. I did not, but going off the information that we have now from these community members from the map that was debuted today, that being Moon, we can take a look at 5 things that changed in Moon as compared from Black Ops 1 to now in Black Ops 3. Now, due to the fact that I wasn't out there to sign NDAs for any footage, some of this might just fall on verbal information, and I might have a screenshot or two in here with this just to play it safe, because while it's awesome to incorporate the 5 things that changed series into Zombies with this, it's also very delicate at this point in time because it still is early access. And as with other episodes of the 5 things that changed, some of these things you might have heard around already, some things you might be actually kind of surprised to hear. So with that said, let's jump right into it. Number 1, in no particular order for this one, is that there is no PhD flopper in Moon on Black Ops 3. Previously in the biodome by the box spawn, there was PhD available for just regular consumption in the Black Ops 1 version of Moon, but however, in Black Ops 3, along with a various number of reasons you could probably state, it's not actually in there. The first of which being is there's no dolphin diving in Black Ops 3. Instead, there is a slide which would kind of complicate things in terms of how this would work out. From the information gathered from those that were out at the event, Widow's Wine is replacing PhD on all of the maps that it was on, so therefore PhD is just not a thing here in this map pack, and presumably where that biodome spawn is for a perk machine, that's probably going to be Widow's Wine. So a little bummer that the fan favorite is not returning on some of the classic maps that it's been so prominently known for, but I guess it is what it is. We can't change that fact at the moment. Moving along to number 2, this is one that is actually quite interesting to me, and honestly I don't know how I feel about it because I had a ton of fun trying to challenge myself to do this before the start of every map, but apparently whenever you go into Moon and you start up and you're ending up in No Man's Land, that's where you spawn every time, Area 51, No Man's Land, whatever you want to call it, you had the option in which you could stay there and try and get as many kills as possible, and every time you teleported up it would say that you survived X amount of time before the round started. And the main purpose of this was really to try and get a perk here, because whenever you spawned into No Man's Land, you started the game up on Moon, either Speed or Juggernog would spawn in onto the teleporter in No Man's Land. And so what you could eventually end up doing is getting Jug before round 1 if you ended up accumulating 2,500 points. You could easily do that with, say, your pistol ammo and grenades, and then even melee kills, you could end up doing that as well. And though it would probably exhaust all the points you'd have at the very start and all your ammunition, you'd basically be left to start round 1 with just a knife, you'd have Juggernog. However, that's not actually possible right now. Apparently, this feature has been taken out. You need to turn on the power before either Juggernog or Speed is able to be accessed, even though it is there in the spawn room, and you can go up to it and approach it beforehand. So that's one of those features where I'm kind of bummed out about it once again, and I wish it would have been the same way, because that was just a fun little challenge that myself and I know basically every other Zombies YouTuber love to go for. Try and get yourself set up that early on. So kind of a bummer that it is taken out, but number 3 here up on this list deals with the Ray Gun Mark II. That was something that for a long time a lot of people were thinking, is it going to be in the game? Is it going to be brought up to Black Ops 3? It is in fact brought up, and it is something that you can play alongside this with the Ray Gun Mark II and even the Wave Gun in this one. So the dueling wonder weapons, the Ray Gun Mark II, makes its return in Black Ops 3 while it was in Black Ops 2 and not in Moon in the original version. It's now there here for players to enjoy and definitely do some damage with in the Black Ops 3 version. Number 4 here up on this one actually deals with the round start audio. It's different than what it was back in Black Ops 1. It's actually a really interesting jingle at this point. It's almost like a space astronaut / electronic vibe. Something you get from, like, say, a cliche 70s or 80s electronic vibe type thing. It's hard to explain, honestly, but once you hear it, you'll totally understand what I mean here with this. But it is something that I really enjoy that change up. It's something that it's a little aesthetic curveball to the map, but it doesn't really have any major influence on how you play the game or really how you approach it in general. But it is something that is a nice little, once again, aesthetic change to the map that distinguishes it from its Black Ops 1 original counterpart. Now the fifth and final change here we're going to be discussing is actually dealing with a feature overall, and that being the Gobblegum Machines and the Gobblegum system. Black Ops 1 did not have anything like this. We simply had our perk machines, and that was it. Black Ops 3 introduced the Gobblegum system to kind of introduce more features and different effects of, say, maybe, let's put them as demi-perks, not demi-gods, but demi-perks, the perks below perks. So you still have your standard ones that we know and love for the entirety of the zombie storyline, but things like Perkaholic were different abilities that you could do a little bit more damage, and even replacing things like PhD with, say, Danger Closest, where it doesn't give the necessary explosive damage that PhD did, but it allows you to take 0 explosive damage, as did PhD with splash damage. So things like that, it kind of just replaces it, but the Gobblegum system is now implemented entirely into these maps, and of those maps, once again, being Moon, so that therefore counting for the fifth and final change here of this. So that's one that I guess some people may be up in the air with. A lot of people enjoyed the Gobblegum system, a lot of people didn't enjoy it. So I guess once again, it just falls down to personal preference. So all that said and out of the way, that is going to conclude 5 changes here between Moon, the original in Black Ops 1, and the new version, the new iteration of it in Black Ops 3. So that said, hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you guys enjoyed this little sneak peek at what's to come and a little bit of the differences between this one and the OG Moon, drop a like down below and drop your thoughts down there in the comment section down below as well. What do you guys think of these changes? Are you guys a fan of them? Or are you guys not necessarily a fan of them? Personally, I think the one that bugs me the most is the one with No Man's Land, the perk, either Speed Cola or Juggernog, not being able to be purchased before the game actually starts. Because if you think about it, the teleporter has power. Why doesn't the perk machine 2 feet away have power? But anyways, that's gonna wrap it up. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Once again, drop a like if you guys did enjoy. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new to stay up to date with everything we have here regarding Zombies Chronicles and basically anything zombies and Call of Duty related here. We'll keep you guys posted so you don't miss a beat. So make sure you guys subscribe. And finally, if you guys want to follow me over on Twitter, that's the best place to get connected with me here outside of YouTube. I practically live on Twitter. So if you guys want to check up a conversation, ask me a question, whatever it may be, link is down there in the description below. But I'll see you guys later. Mine has been Cool Espresso. I'm excited for the rest of the maps to debut. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care and peace.